I just tried to be aggressive in the post. We knew that they were going to trap, and when they didn't, they stopped trapping for some reason, and I just tried to take advantage of the dude that was guarding me. That's about it.
Ty, early on, you either made or assisted on the first, I don't know what it was, 19 points for UVA. Well, I mean, were you determined to come out assertive right away tonight?
Yeah, I think we ran a few more ball screens. Coach called a few more ball screens early, or we got into a few more ball screens early, however we did, and I just made the right reads off them. Mommy did a great job rolling and finishing, and guys did a great job of making shots around me.
Ty, it was obvious early on that you were pretty amped up. Were you fired up just because it was obviously Virginia Tech week? And obviously I'd like to know what you said to the Tech bench after your second three-pointer.
I didn't say nothing. JPJ was packed. JPJ was amazing tonight, so thank you to all the fans. And they just gave us a little extra energy boost in the beginning. But, Coach Bennett said that energy will fade. It's about doing what we do throughout the course of the game, and that's what we did. I didn't say anything.
Hey, Kyle, how much was last season's loss to these guys on your mind going into this game? And if it was, how much motivation did you get from that?
Honestly, for me, it wasn't on my mind at all. I was just trying to focus on what was at hand, and that was, trying to, do everything that we do as best as we could, and we did that. And, we punched them in the mouth, and, they fought back a little bit, and then we just, kept our foot on the pedal.
Ty, you set the arena record for assists tonight. Could you see all of those guys, or some of those predetermined spots? Because some of those passes were really hard to imagine how you could have seen him versus just kind of knowing where they're at.
A little bit of both. Sometimes you got to be extremely confident and kind of just throw them, especially when you got shooters around you and guys around you like these two. Kyle can really make shots. Drake can make shots to get to the basket, and I'm gonna need them to start counting. If the guys dribble and make it, I'm needing them to start counting that too.
Ty, you don't often come out and in the first minute shoot a 25-footer. Was that kind of an indication of where your head was for this game tonight, that you wanted to be aggressive offensively?
Was it really that deep? I didn't.
It was pretty deep.
I just, they switched, and the big guy really backed up off me. I think I didn't know how deep I was, and I just I just had room, and I let it go.
You talking about the airball one, or the one that
I was thinking of jokes, bro. It's cool.
Kyle, Kihei played 30 minutes today. He looked much more comfortable with the tape on his wrist than he had with the splint or the cast. Did you notice in practice yesterday that he looked more kind of like he had pre-injury?
Yeah, he was very excited to have the cast off, and even just the brace off. And, Coach said it 12 times yesterday. How's it feel? So I think he felt a lot more comfortable, and he was shooting with confidence. So,
Kyle, Coach Williams was remarking both before and after the game tonight that he thinks you guys are running more sets and have more versatility on the offensive end than a year ago. Would you agree with that, and how do you think it's manifested itself through 4 ACC games?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the defense is always there, and Coach is running a lot of quick hitters for us because some games different people are hot. So Clemson game, they ran a couple of things for me, and then I airballed, and then tonight we ran something for Ty, and just whoever's feeling it is what Coach is going to do, and he's really good at those quick hitters.
Just a couple of you guys could talk about. You guys have now already won a game at Duke, and obviously you've played in so many big environments, but what does that experience give you guys going there?
Yeah, last year was definitely an awesome win, but it's a whole new team. We know how crazy the environment is, so last year's completely out the window. It's a fresh new game. But, winning there last year, we understand how crazy Cameron is. We understand how loud they get when they go on runs, and we know how talented this year's team is. So we know what we're in for. We know it's going to be a real battle, but we'll be ready for it.
Kyle, you guys have 2 top 10 wins now in the first 4 games in the ACC, and they've been very convincing. How do you keep that level, keep it at the same level, and how do you take away lessons from games like this where it seems like everything went the right way?
Yeah, I think just the way Coach coaches us. Actually, he's so hard on us, and he's just like you wouldn't have when you were in the huddle with him today. You wouldn't have imagined that we were up 20 or whatever it was, because he's very he's a demanding coach, and that really helps us when we're in like a blowout game like this. So I think if we just continue to practice like we have and do what we know how to do, we'll be fine.
You guys saw me talking to Jack, and I'm just curious to get your perspectives on how important he is to this team, to this program, and what it's like to run into a Jack Salt screen in practice.
Dre, why don't you take that? He's really physical. He's a big body, and he knows how to use his body. So, and he knows what he does. He knows what he does well on the court. So, I mean, when you run into a screen, you be dazed for a little bit, but you get used to it.
How nice is it to have him on your team doing the screen, doing the Stony?
Oh, it's great. Not many guards can get around him, so usually when you come off a jack, you'll have space to shoot or can make a play.
Kyle, there's obviously a lot of energy in the building tonight. What can you guys do over the next couple of days to sort of stay level-headed with Duke coming up?
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, just continue to practice the way that we know how, and stay true to ourselves. We love playing in on the road, and obviously we love playing at home too. And the crowd was amazing tonight. So just want to take this momentum going into Cameron.
Last one.
DeAndre, when you guys are making threes like you did in the first half, how much does that open the inside up for you? Because you seem to spend more time in there today than a lot of other games, and pretty effectively.
Yeah, like you said, these guys can really create driving lanes for me because they can shoot it, and Virginia Tech really packs it in. So just having the driving lanes and having guys in the corners who can spot up, it just kind of made it easier for me to get my shots in the mid-range to get to the basket.